So good day, everyone. Before I proceed to the presentation of my research, I would like to express, of course, my deepest thanks to Bulacan Agricultural State College for allowing me to be included in the list of the presenters for today's event. So this is a very momentous since this is the very first time that the Bulacan Agricultural State College will conduct their national research conference. So I would like to introduce myself. I am Miss Maylene C. Bejerano, one of your research presenter, and I took up my master's degree from Polytechnic University of the Philippines from Commonwealth Campus. Aside from that, I am also a public secondary school teacher, and I am teaching at senior high school in Horacio de la Costa High School here in the division of Caloocan City. Aside from being a full-time teacher, a full-time advisor, and a subject teacher, I am also the TVL coordinator and became the TLE coordinator for 6 years. And I also joined the module development in our division and in our region as one of the module writers. So I am honored to present to you my research entitled Work Immersion Program of Grade 12 Learners in North Caloocan. So Work Immersion Program is the highlight of the K-12 curriculum. It is also the requirements of all learners from grade 11 or grade 12 before their graduation. So this program also aims to ensure that every learner will acquire the required needed or the required competencies in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitude before they graduate so that they will be able to choose the exit out of the four options. First is the employment. If they choose to work after senior high school, they will be able to work because they are qualified with the competencies. Next is to pursue their higher education, that is to go to college. Third is for a middle skills if they want to go abroad and work. And for the last one is if in case they want to engage into any business activities. So those are the four exits of the K to 12 curriculum. Okay, so here is the abstract of my research. So this research aimed to know the level of competencies develops in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitude based on the activities performed in the three phases of work immersion program. So these are the pre-immersion activities, immersion proper, and the last one is the post-immersion. So this research was participated by 242 learners from the selected senior high schools in North Caloocan. And I have employed the use of a researcher-made survey questionnaire. So I personally made and created a questionnaire intended for this study. And from this research, it revealed that the respondents strongly agree that activities in pre-immersion and post-immersion were performed. However, the result also showed that in immersion proper, the competencies were developed in knowledge and attitude, but agreed verbal interpretation was obtained for skills. In addition, this study also revealed that the profiles of the respondents have significant differences to perceived levels of developed competencies. And based on the findings, I come up with these recommendations that the schools may strengthen the partnership of a senior high schools to both public and private institutions so that they can better improve their work immersion program. And also, the school and partner institutions must join hand in hand in developing worthwhile activities that are vertically aligned to the need of each track and strand, in which they can also upgrade the existing competencies in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitude. So, work immersion program is not a new topic, especially in the field of education, not only in our country, but in the other countries around the world or around the globe. And according to Wagner in 2016, the students must need to learn global competence, such as the knowledge, skills, and attitude that are needed to live and function in today's interconnected world. In addition, Victory International School in 2016 finds that work immersion program is also an effective tool and a best stepping stone through every learner's success. While in our country, here in the Philippines, it is a most comprehensive reform, and that is known as the Republic Act 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education System, and that was put into law. So this reform aims to strengthen and enhance the curriculum by increasing the numbers of years for basic education. That's why there are two additional 2 years for senior high school, and that is to prepare the students in the fast changing and challenging world. So likewise, no, this curriculum, the 10533, emphasizes also that work immersion is the highlight of the new educational system of the Philippines. And that is also stipulated in the work immersion DepEd order, and that is DepEd order number 30, series of 2017, in which this memorandum stipulated that this program will give more trainings that will determine the career of the students that they have to take before they decide to choose from any of the four exits. Also, this will develop the learner's competencies, work ethics, values, relevant to pursuing their education, and of course, this will qualify them if ever they will join the world of work. However, despite of this reform, the field of education problems are still arising. And there are numbers of critics who strongly agreed that the program will not equip the graduates to become job ready. As cited, this is due to lack of knowledge, skills, and experience that are found to be the primary root of these issues. So that is why this study made possible. In 2017, the Division of Caloocan City was started in offering the work immersion program. That was 2017. And they used the work immersion monitoring tool and evaluation tool designed by DepEd. This tool aims to monitor the different areas as to curriculum implementation and compliance, teaching and learning process, assessment of learning process, supervision of instruction plan, and administrative concern. However, this tool doesn't focus on how to check and monitor the student's performance, especially when it comes to the three phases: the pre-immersion, the immersion proper, and the post-immersion proper. Therefore, it is under this premise that I, as the researcher, felt that there is a need to solve the underlying problem. And this research has made possible the work immersion program of grade 12 learners in North Caloocan. Okay, so this study was anchored in the situated learning theory, or also known as the community of practice, that was developed by Jean Lave and Wigener. Okay, so Here is the conceptual framework. Wherein for the input, of course, the profiles of the learners are included in terms of age, sex, track, strand, and the type of work immersion venue. And the pre-immersion activities, the immersion proper in terms of the attitude, knowledge, and skills. And for the last one is the post-immersion activities. In my research, I have conducted the survey in order to gather the data and interpreted the data. Okay, so for the output, my research was able to come up with a comprehensive monitoring tool for work immersion program. Okay, so for the part one, I have here the statement of the problem along with the findings, conclusion, and recommendation. So based on the respondent's profile, especially in terms of age and sex, the study revealed that most of the respondents are 18 years old, represented by females, and belong to tech voc track under ICT and HE strand. And they had been accommodated by public institutions for their work immersion program. Okay, so while in terms of track and strand, so again, most of the respondents were from the tech book track under the ICT and HE strand. Okay. For the second part, in the pre-immersion activities, what are the perceived levels of pre-immersion activities done during the preno, during the before the immersion proper? And the study revealed that pre-immersions are done, but the lowest item means explains the terms, conditions of the memorandum of agreement between school and possible partner companies and provides free insurance coverage for students. Okay, so these are the two items uh, having the lowest mean. Okay, that is why for the recommendation, the school may conduct orientation on the entire work of the immersion program, particularly on the immersion process or the immersion requirements. Thus, the in discussion on the pre-immersion policy for the learners and the clarifications on the memorandum of agreement between the school and the partner institution could be given more emphasis. Okay, so for the part three, or the immersion proper, wherein there are the three aspects, the knowledge, skills, and attitude. Okay, so what are the competencies developed in the immersion proper with regards to knowledge? Okay, so for immersion proper, the competencies were acquired by the respondents, and this obtained strongly agree for knowledge and attitude. However, in terms of skills, showed that respondents are agree, particularly in items work under pressure and delivers the required tasks with the lowest min. That is why, for the recommendation, I recommend that the work immersion teacher and work immersion partner institution supervisor may design knowledge, skills, and attitude based activities which are aligned with the learner's specialization. Okay, so yan. So in terms of attitude, the respondents strongly agree that the attitude is required during the immersion proper. Okay, for the last part, during the post-immersion activities, okay, so what are the perceived levels of post-immersion activities performed? Activities on post-immersion are performed, strongly agree interpretation in the six items, except for item issued a satisfactory certificate and conducted one-on-one feedbacking scenario which obtained lowest mean and agree verbal interpretation. Okay, so I recommend to have a or to conduct a constructive one-on-one feedbacking process which should be provided to every learner after the work immersion activity. So this is to assess and determine the strength and the points that must be developed among learners. So very important to conduct the feedbacking. And aside from that, um, the findings also showed that activities on post immersions are performed. Okay, however, there is a need to issue, or I recommend to issue a certificate of completion, or it can be awarded to every learners after the work immersion activity because this immersion certificate or this completion certificate will affirm their satisfactory performance, and this will conclude also that the activity of work immersion program is performed and completely done. Okay, so for the part 5, for the significant differences, is there any significant difference in the perceived levels of acquired competencies in the work immersion program when the respondents are grouped according to age? And the answers, and this study shows that yes, age shows significant difference to attitude. In terms of sex, this study shows that sex has no significant difference to knowledge, skills, and attitude. In terms of track, academic track or tech and textbook track shows a significant difference to skills. That is why for the recommendation, the Department of Education through the School Division Office or the SDO and School Partnership Focal Person may strengthen the partnership and collaboration of public senior high schools to work immersion potential partners from other public and private institutions or NGOs. While in terms of track or strand rather, no, for the conclusion, strand has a significant difference to knowledge, skills, and attitude. And considering that much of the skills training will take place in the business, industry, or company, the school may consider conducting a survey and a research on the selection of potential partners. While in terms of the work immersion proper, it also, or the type of work immersion partner has a significant two skills. And for my last slide, uh, it is recommended to conduct a survey or a research on potential partners that are within the school's vicinity that could provide work environment related to their field of specialization. Okay, so this is all about my study, and thank you so much for listening. Keep safe and God bless everyone. Thank you.